Welcome Tamagoman Nation. Right now I am in Boulevard shopping mall Kuching trying out their laksa in the food court. And the reason why I decided to come into Boulevard today is because of the heavy rain outside. I believe if you saw me in the Big Mouth Kopitiam just now, it is really crazy heavy rain. So I decided the second store that I'm gonna try is gonna be one that is sheltered by the rain. Less noise, I would say, no rain noise. But then again, when you come into a kopitiam, you can't really control the music that they're playing. So I'm gonna try my best to talk and hopefully the music is not in the audio. If the music is in the audio, means I can't really use the audio because copyright strike or something like that. But with that being said, I just want to talk about the laksa. Not gonna lie, the laksa is really weird because like when I got served this laksa, it seems like the bihun is eating up the laksa soup itself. It is eating it alive, and I just actually got this not so long ago, and the soup is kind of like reducing by quite a lot. And this is something that I noticed when beginner cook, when they try to cook laksa or even some sort of soup dishes like red wine misua or something like that. This is what it always happened. And the presentation, when it got served to me, it looks kind of sad. It's like it's not enough to fill the entire bowl. This is the big portion, it is 10 ringgit, but I feel like the bowl that they use is a mistake because the largeness of the bowl, the deepness of the bowl make it seems like it is not a lot, but when you actually stir it around, it is actually quite a lot of bihun. So the presentation wise, they definitely need to if they want to invest in a new bowl, it would be good idea to invest in a new bowl. If not, they should think of way to kind of like bring the entire presentation more cute, or more, I don't not cute, okay, more pretty, more presentable in a sense. But with that being said, before the soup has been completed eaten by the bihun, let me start reviewing the soup. Soup looks creamy. This is a good sign. When the soup looks creamy, it is a good sign. Let me try. It doesn't taste like anything. It tastes really bland. There's a little bit of spice, but it tastes really bland. So I'm not sure what is going on here in the soup. I'm adding in the sambal. Hopefully it will spice things up. The sambal is there's a lot of prawn flavor in the sambal, which is good. And if you add more sambal, it's definitely gonna help to spice up the soup even more. Yeah, instead after I add in the sambal, I can only taste prawn, nothing else. This is kind of like a prawn noodle rather than a laksa itself. It's not like bland, but it lacks the laksa flavor that I'm looking for. There's a lack of aroma, lack of fragrance of the chili oil, of the spices, and even the coconut oil is not existence in the soup itself. If I were to be rude, I would say that it might actually be kind of like instant laksa soup, something like that, and they just cook it up, cook a big bowl and then serve it up, something like that. I mean, at this store, it's not like specialized in selling laksa. They also sell like some beef noodle and stuff. So maybe the beef noodle is the main thing that they're selling, and laksa is just an additional to that, because I would say this laksa doesn't feel I really feel instant. It feels quite cheap, the soup especially. So with that being said, let me try the bihun. The bihun looks really flavorful, but let me try. This is bad. This bihun is not good. It's really thin, not good for slurping. It's not good for for fast eating, something like that. Okay, like you can't really slurp with this thin bihun. It is really soft, and it's quite bland. It's despite like it is soaking up all the laksa soup, and yet it is still quite bland. This is not good at all. I don't like the bihun. This bihun is the one that I definitely would like to avoid. But and it just, I don't like the texture. The texture felt really off. Like it feels a little bit rough. I just don't like it. I prefer the thicker bihun, and this is definitely not the thicker type of bihun. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of like expectable. It's like when you come to a food court, shopping mall food court to try out their food, it's not gonna be the best. Okay, so I never had my high expectation, but I was hoping them to like break the expectations, something like, to blow, like to correct me or something like that. But I guess my expectation was right. Let me try with the prawn next. It looks like, yeah, it looks divine, definitely. And let me try. Very tough. No springiness, no chewiness, no flavor. Very bland prawn that we are testing here. So, oh man, this bowl of laksa, honestly speaking, the only bowl of laksa that I tested is the Koufu laksa, and this one has to be right below there. It's like, it's not worse than Koufu. Koufu is like definitely worse than this one, but this one is like second worst. I think the only saving grace for this laksas is the sambal itself. The sambal is actually the one that saved this bowl of laksa, because the prawn, the strong heavy flavor of the sambal, it really helps to give a little bit of taste to this entire bowl of bland laksa. But other than that, I don't know what else to say, man. Like, if you wanna waste 10 ringgit and come to try this laksa, feel free, okay? And I understand that there's gonna be a quality control problem in the laksa itself. Like every single day when you come to eat different store of laksa, the flavor is gonna be a little bit different. So when I'm testing the laksa, I'm only testing it for that one particular day. So, but maybe in the future I'm gonna revisit some of the laksa store and I'm gonna give it a try again. If you guys would like to dispute with me regarding the quality of the laksa. But that is all from me regarding the Boulevard laksa, the Boulevard food court laksa. Welcome Tamagoman Nation. Today I'm at AEON Mall Food Avenue food court trying out their Sarawak laksa. Honestly speaking, we are yet again in another shopping mall trying out their laksa. I don't have high hope, but from the smell of the laksa itself, it gives me a little bit of hope. The presentation looks okay. Not gonna lie, I didn't realize how annoying it is to not see prawn on top of a bowl of laksa until today. When I actually got my hand on this bowl of laksa, the prawn is not on top, it is on the soup. I was like, where is the prawn? You know, like, where is the prawn? I want the prawn to be on top, presented beautifully to me. So, not for future laksa owner store. You must put your prawn on top of the laksa. Don't soak it in the soup itself when you're serving it to the customer. But secondly, love the color of the soup. The soup looks really creamy, really colorful. We got a lot of spices presence here, I can see, and I also smell the fragrance. It is really like, it tastes really sweet and really nice. So without further ado, let us try this soup of the laksa. The soup of the laksa, I am gonna try right now. Wow. This is good. This is good shit. This is good laksa. The creaminess, the cream and the sweet and the spice. Oh! Wow. Okay, it is I would say it is a little bit sweet, but Hopefully it can be easily fixed with the sambal provided. I feel like with a little bit of spice added, this is gonna be a really, really good soup. Okay, let me try. Okay, the sambal is not a good idea because it added a lot of saltiness to the soup itself. So I would say going for the eating without the sambal would be the call here, because if you add in the sambal, it's like way too salty. Yep. After adding in the sambal, it actually destroyed the soup a little bit. I'm not gonna deduct mark because of the sambal. The soup itself without the sambal is amazing. I love it. It's a mistake to add in the sambal. Okay, so don't add in the sambal if you want to come try. Now next for the bihun, looks thick and juicy, looks very flavorful. I can't wait to try. Nice. Soft, thick, juicy, flavorful. It's not bland at all. This is amazing, man. This is amazing. Wow. I love this. I love this laksa bihun. It is perfectly done. One thing I don't like is the sang chai, but it is on the dish. I can't really complain much about it. So wow, the soup and bihun really surprised me. Wow. I am delighted. I am happy to be eating this bowl of laksa. But let me move on to the prawn, man. The prawn is fully deshelled. That is a good sign. One bad thing is that even though it's fully deshelled, but it is not deveined at all. You can clearly see, even like before I eat it, I already know it is not deveined. There's like a black line on top of the prawn. So if you are kind of like, you don't want to eat prawn with that is not deveined yet, you might want to devein it yourself. But I don't personally really care about it, so I'm just gonna try. Oh, extra springiness. It lacks a little bit of flavor though. It is really flavorful. No, sorry, what I'm saying, it's really springy, but there's a lack of flavor in the prawn itself, and I'm not so sure how to feel about that, because this texture of prawn is spot on. It's perfectly cooked, well cooked. It's not overcooked at all. I love the texture, but it lacks a little bit of flavor. So maybe the reason why they put it in the soup is to kind of like soak up a little bit of the taste of the soup before the people would actually try it. But the prawn is, I would say, fresh, good texture, springy texture. No complaint for me. Overall, this bowl of laksa is amazing. Okay, so, but then again, I'm not kind of like the most particular on the design or even the spice itself. Like some people would actually complain that the tauge actually have kind of like a shell on it, like that is not fully peeled, and like the prawn is not deveined. Like some people is gonna go very in detail and complaining about those minor details. For me, flavor is king. If there's flavor and the texture is right, that is a good bowl of laksa. For me, this is definitely interesting, and it's a very surprising bowl of laksa for me, because like when I try the Boulevard food called laksa, it is, goddamn it, that is one of the worst laksa I have tasted. But this is surprising. Okay, this is really good. And yeah, that is all from me. Hope you enjoy what you see. I'm gonna finish this and then I'm gonna move on to the next store, hopefully. But if I don't move on to the next store, that is all from me. Hope you enjoy what you see. And if you like what you see, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.